we go, folks. This is it. It's about to happen. Big Brother Biden announcing today that Obama is exploring the use of an executive order to take our guns. It's been talked about for weeks. The White House is finally admitting it. It's only a matter of time before they put their plan into action. I predict that it's going to happen after Obama's coronation on January 20th, so you got a couple weeks to prepare, but they're moving increasingly faster. And just to re-emphasize my point, Biden to meet with gun safety and victim groups to push for new legislation. He's going to use the victims of these mass shootings to make it look like they have the moral high ground, which they don't. They want the Americans to feel bad for these victims, which they should, but they're going to use these victims for their own personal agenda, and I find that sickening. Here we go with a state update on the gun laws. Andrew Cuomo is going to announce tonight on his State of the State address that New York is going to have huge gun laws, probably going to ban pretty much every gun except for maybe hunting rifles. I'm just happy I don't live in New York. Here you go with the NRA to attend White House meetings on guns. The White House wants it to make it look like they're going to have everybody attend, like it's going to be fair, they're going to have different points of view. No, the only reason why the NRA is going to be there is because they did the same thing back in 1963. They're going to bully the NRA to accept these laws with backdoor deals, money switching different hands. That's the only reason why they're going to do this. They're not going to try to make it a fair meeting and have pro-gun and anti-gun groups. No. There's always an agenda. Here's another state update. This is adding to our increasingly high list of states that are having their own gun bans to coincide with a national gun ban like I predicted. Iowa now, and it's hard to believe Iowa because most of the other states were, in the liberal east. This is the first flyover state that is actually talking about a gun ban. I brought this up yesterday. Mainstream media is picking this up. FPS Russia's manager was found shot in the back of the head and tied to a chair. This guy was not only his manager, but also a gun manufacturer. So I find it really shocking that this is happening. They're purging the people that make the guns. I actually predicted this to my friend a couple weeks ago. I said, they don't like how guns are in our culture and how people watch all these shows. FPS Russia, the third highest rated show on YouTube, they don't like that. And Discovery canceling all their gun shows. It's moving at an increasingly shocking rate. Here on a different note, there's a huge flu outbreak right now. It's one of the biggest flu seasons in a while. Certain hospitals are setting up quarantine tents. I find this a little strange. In Pennsylvania, and it doesn't say here, but also in Chicago they're doing that. The cesspool of Chicago, they're having quarantine tents at their hospitals. I'd have to say this is a little strange. And let me just give you a warning. Don't ever take a flu vaccine. I've never taken a flu vaccine in my life. I haven't had the flu in over 6 years. I haven't been seriously sick in over 6 years. Don't take their vaccines. There's toxins in it. It's sickening. Don't ever take a flu vaccine. And to update you on our daily drone updates, U.S. drone strikes increase with start of new year. This is from the sickening Huffington Post, but sometimes you can get some interesting news from them too. Supposedly they say here 17 people. I've seen reports of 18 to 20 people already killed in Pakistan, which I said a couple days ago. It just goes to show the United States has no regard for the innocent civilian. And this also brings me to the short documentary I made yesterday about the mastermind behind the modern drone, the newly appointed CIA director John Brennan. If you want to know more about him and how he is pretty much Obama's go-to guy for drones, take a look at my little video that I made on this. You can see that he is behind mass killings. As you know, the government in the 20th century is the highest responsible group for killings. They've killed over 290 million people in the 20th century. It's sickening. 300 people alone have been killed in drone strikes in the past 2 years. So you can just see that the United States again has no regard for the innocent civilians. I'm getting it today by telling you to watch out in your own states, like I've said before, for gun laws, that this is moving fast. God willing, I will make a new video tomorrow. See you tomorrow.